Hey everybody, how are you? Happy Wednesday to you. Happy halfway through your work week. It is Wellness Wednesday and I'm super excited to be talking to you about a topic that really has a grip on a lot of people in our society, and it's that idea of mastering our stress hormones. It's just such a sensitive topic because not a lot of people like to admit that they're operating on super high stress, and it is a very real impact on our bodies and on our health and on our ability to have a healthy weight. So I'm super excited to dive in. Oh, thank you. Hey, Eloy. Super excited to dive in and talk to you a little bit about those key hormones and how we can help them master to where we're in control rather than them wreaking havoc on our body. And why the heck is it so important to connect with you live? You guys know I'm a board certified holistic health coach practitioner. I had a 10-year battle with autoimmunity, and God freed me from that illness. I just began having a lot more wins than losses after a 10-year battle, and I'm super grateful to be on the other side of that illness. And I come from a place of passion because that illness was not fun for many, many years. It really did take away my ability to be the best version of me, to be a great wife and a mother, having high inflammation levels in relationship to that autoimmune illness. And so I'm stewarding my healing by making sure I have impact on other people. Whoever will give a listening ear, that's what Wellness Wednesday is about, giving you real topics about things that most people in our society are struggling with. There is no doubt that we are living in very compromised times in relationship to stress. There's so many things happening in our society that we, even as adults, I can't even imagine our kids, but we as adults can't even wrap our brain around the magnitude of evil and despair that's happening in our society. And it's just absolutely mind-boggling how our kids process it, much less us. And so we have, physiologically an impact on our body when we're seeing those things and we're hearing those things, and they're not really registering because so much of it is senseless. Even our political world can be mind-boggling on most days, right? So it's crazy how that will hurt us on the inside. A lot of times we will have impact and we're not even realizing what's happening. But because it's confusing to us, that does create stress for us. And so it's important that we figure out what it is that is, that we can have control over, keeping some of that stuff to a minimum, like our exposures to the media and stuff. But then we also have to make sure that we're doing what we can to protect what's happening on the inside. Even something as simple as drinking a caffeinated beverage can create an adrenal response for people who are sensitive to caffeine. I am drinking a caffeine-free herbal tea that my friend Kimberly shared with me Monday night. I'm so excited. I was telling her that I was looking for something warm since we're just having the longest winter ever. Warm for an afternoon beverage, but I didn't want caffeine, and she brought me some of her own teas from her stash. So this one is called Harvest. So yum. It's super yummy, cinnamony. So back to our stress hormones that impact us. So we have our kidneys, right? Our kidneys that are in our back. And on top of those kidneys are two tiny little glands, and those are called our adrenal glands. Adrenal glands submit the hormone adrenaline. And adrenaline, as I'm sure you know, is that flight or fight hormone that goes off in our body when we have high stress. It could be a phone call you get, or it could be someone coming in the room and scares you. There's a lot of different things that can get our adrenaline pumping. It could be a scary scenario. I remember, a couple months ago, I went for a walk and I encountered a very scary human being that I thought might chop me up in a million pieces and stick me in the trunk of his car. That got my adrenaline going huge. There's all kinds of things that get our adrenaline going, even stress from just everyday relationships and circumstances. Maybe we have a job that has high stress levels. I know Eric, when he had his, law enforcement career before he retired, had crazy off the chain stress dealing with the worst of the worst. I mean, people, for law enforcement officers, I mean, just give them some grace and mercy, because they are dealing with the worst of the worst in our society. People who are making poor choices every day, all day. Those are the people that our law enforcement officers are encountering. So I know it's stressful when they pull you over for going a little too fast, but give them grace and mercy, because they have to encounter a lot on a daily basis. So we have our kidneys, and then our adrenal glands, and that hormone that gets emitted from those adrenal glands is our adrenaline, our flight or fight hormone. And so when that is creeping up and on a regular basis, the more it's tacked, then we are now inciting another hormone in our body, which is our cortisol hormone. Cortisol is the stress hormone in our body, and when that cortisol hormone is going off, maybe it's 2 a.m. and you're not sleeping awesome, just laying there and being frustrated by the fact that you're not sleeping great is creating stress for your body, because you're like, I gotta get up in 5 hours, and here I am and I'm wide awake and I can't sleep. Even that alone will create stress on your body. And so here you are, sleeping and doing what you're supposed to be doing, or supposedly sleeping, and now you're potentially creating more unwellness in your body by having those 2 hormones go off. And so maybe even for those who are struggling for a healthy weight, those high stress levels, whether they're happening in the middle of the night or middle of the day, doesn't matter when it is. I mean, maybe you have a cup of coffee or 2 or 3 for breakfast or throughout your day, and then you've got a high stress job. In the world of healthy weight, those can negate every healthy thing. I always tell people, you can be a CrossFit junkie, and you can be eating your clean crunchy granola, paleo, whatever diet, and you can be negating every healthy thing that you're doing for your body. So it's important to get that under control. It's important to get that 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep at night, and that you're getting that restful sleep, and that you're getting into that zone where you're completely rested, so you wake up the next day and your body is operating at a higher capacity because you've been rested. So there's a couple of things that I do to help combat those stress hormones that I absolutely love. Couple of things. So omega fatty acids, they are something that we are all deficient in. We're not getting enough healthy fats. And a great source to do that is through omegas. There's a lot of omegas on the market that are fish sourced, or shellfish, or a lot of fish sourcing for those, which are great, but you do have to worry about the potential for the sourcing of the fish, whether or not it's got mercury or stuff coming in from the ocean. So you have to be careful about that. So a great way to make sure you're getting something safe is to opt for a plant-based omega, and they're out there, and this is the one that I use and promote in my practice. It's called Mega X. This provides omega 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7, and I'll tell you a couple of my favorite parts. So omega 3s are great for sealing up holes in leaky gut. There's a lot of research and evidence that omega 3s are great for combating the inflammation in those holes from leaky gut. Omega 5 and 7 are fantastic for combating that stress hormone, specifically stress and anxiety. I'll tell you, this is a very calming product. I take mine at bed, because if there's any time of day that I want to be calm and restful and relaxed, it's at bed, right? Great quality sleep. Funny story. About 2 months ago, we were Eric and Caleb had been working on Caleb's car late at night, and they came in, and we have two garage doors, and one was open, the other one was closed, and they came in and thought that they closed the one that was open, but they in fact opened up the other one, which made them both open. So at 2 a.m, our neighbor was knocking on our door trying to get our attention that our garage doors were wide open, our cars, and all that stuff that we need was all being exposed, and he couldn't get us awake because we were on this guy. And so he called the police, and the police showed up, and they're pounding on the door. They were there for quite a while before we actually woke up. So I call it sleeping like a teenager in the month of July. So you know how teenagers sleep in the summer? That's the kind of restful sleep that we get. It's really important to combat that stress hormone that we are all experiencing. I promise you, if you are living in this world, you have high stress levels. There's just no way around it. It's just where we're at. And it's okay because we have solutions, and we have simple, effective solutions. Some other great health benefits from omegas, they protect our heart health as we age. They protect our brain health, our cognitive function as we age. There's so many health benefits to omegas. I absolutely love them. I recommend them to everybody. There's not anyone I don't recommend. I've had some kids that have had some functioning issues, attention issues, that get on this product, and their parents are so grateful that I've got them on them, because it's been a life-changing product for the attention, and just creating that sense of calm in their bodies. My other product that I absolutely love, and of course these are all on top of regulating blood sugar, combating inflammation, and doing all the things that we can do for a healthy gut. My next favorite thing to do is this guy right here, MetaBurn. There's 7 key ingredients to this product. They help with focus. They help with energy, only it's not like a coffee type energy. It's just a very focused energy, and a fantastic mood. I mean, I'm just amazed at the calmness and the focus and just the great mood despite all the negative things that we have to impact. It's just such a great product because it's got 7 key ingredients that are specifically addressing those 2 key hormones that are out of balance in our bodies, and it helps repair and give those hormones that additional love that they need that are compromised. A lot of it has to do with our North American Western diet and the damage that that's done. But then again, just the sheer magnitude of all the stress that we are combating today. I'm all about waving the white flag. There's no need to be prideful, and you got this on your own. There's so many people operating out there. A lot of people want to protect their bodies and do the things, and they don't have the right mindset. They have a poverty mindset, and I can't afford this. And my whole theory is, you think wellness is expensive, you should try illness. I've been there. I spent so much money trying to repair my autoimmunity the right way by getting to the root, and I can't believe how simple and effective it was, but I am grateful. I'm not even regretful for those 10 years. God allowed those for a purpose, for a plan. The reason why I absolutely love going live, I want you to hear my voice. I want you to hear how passionate I am. I want you to know it's important to me. If you are connected to me here on this media platform, this virtual brilliance for us to stay connected because we're just so busy to not be able to see each other all the time. This is my ability to connect with you and let you know that I love you and that I care about you, and I truly want you to be the best version of you. I believe I'm becoming a better and better version of myself. My mantra is progress. I love progression and not just forget about perfection. Just work on progress. Small steps of healing over time is the way to go. Those are the long-lasting results. Slow and steady wins the race. We're running a marathon here, my friends. We're not sprinting this one out. So I'm super grateful to be connected with you, especially on Wednesdays. And now I'm doing a Faith-Filled Friday and hoping to connect some things that perhaps God lays on my heart that might be helpful for you on Fridays as well. So it's just such a joy and a pleasure to be with you and to share a little bit from my heart to yours about what has helped me, what I've been able to help others with, and how important it is that we make sure that we are stewarding our vessel to the best of our ability. Our time is precious, and we're not promised tomorrow, and what a waste would it be to know 6 months from now that that's all you had, and to make sure that you are operating out of that max capacity that you can. I will lay my head on the pillow at night knowing that with everything that I know, I'm doing everything I can. So if there's things that you know and you're not doing them, hey Michael, if there's things that you know and you're not doing them yet, my encouragement for you today is a new day, to have a new day and to make sure that you move forward in the knowledge that you have, and have the right mindset that you are so very worth it. Have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you for Faith-Filled Friday.